The representatives from the United Way, when they came to us with this garden last year to get help from us with our trustee program, that's when we learned about just how big this program was. It served as many as 19, plus picking up a few every now and then to help supply those pantries with fresh produce other than having just dried goods and canned goods from other sources. It was probably in November, December. That's when the issues that we had faced that summer and not having a productive garden when we headed on the northern end of the county to where we had to travel 15 or 20 miles. That's when the idea came up, and the sheriff, he was 100% for this right from the get-go. He said, we just got to make it happen, and got approval through the county, got approval through all the United Way personnel, and then we told them what we could do to help with the trustees. Tracy Perry, he was one of my contact persons from the Agricultural Extension Agency, and what he did, he was a resource in me as far as giving us guidance on what to plant, how to fertilize it, the proper way once we got it planted, once it started growing, as far as putting up the stringers to hold it up off the ground, letting us know that when this particular part of the crop that we had planted had done produced all it was going to do, it's time to take it out and get something else in there. And that was one of the things that I think was very productive about this garden, having the input from him to say, look, this is done, let's start another one. It's to the point that when these food pantries come, it was always food up there waiting for them. Always had plenty to be able to give out. All this food goes out to the pantries that need it, and also I'm gonna use the term the emergency calls. We had a call on a Friday afternoon, a lady and with 3 children had no food. Kathy called me, put a call into me, and it was just a matter of time between her resources she reached out to and what we had here at the garden. That family was very well set up for a week or two in having food and stuff. Next year we got a place back there, along with the help of Charles and Tracy. We can get that soil right to where hopefully we'll have another spot back there next year. That'll give us 2 sites. We wanted to grow stuff that was going to fill the belly, and the potatoes, squash, cucumbers, tomatoes, sweet potatoes, your okra. Then we fall into your fall stuff with your cabbage and your collards and your turnip salad. Turnip salad, man, if there's any such thing as a place that can grow some turnip salad, it's obvious with this patch back here. So we are keeping plenty of turnip salad to the pantries that want this food. The garden, when it originally started, I was asked to try to keep up with how much the garden produced. And so I went and found me a set of scales, and the totes that we used, it was very convenient because we had them here on site. We started weighing it, and I tell you what, we was writing it down on a piece of paper, and I wasn't keeping up with it until after about 2 weeks. I went and started putting the numbers together, and the first thing I knew, we was up to like 600 pounds. When the potatoes started coming in and corn, we were up to 2,800 pounds. And then the garden itself, with the collards and the cabbages and stuff, I'm very positive that this garden ought to reach up 3,500 or 4,000 pounds. I myself did not realize how much of a need it was for such a program in the county. I always thought, you go down here to the health department, the social services, and you get what they give you, on the designated day that they have set aside to give this out. And I didn't realize that it was so much more of a need that they had to turn on. One of the representatives from the county, they told that they had to turn away 214 people on one day because they had give out. That's when the realization of this garden started to set in with myself. And I know we have not solved the problem. I know we have put a dent in the problem though. And it's our goal to get bigger and better in helping solve this problem here in this county.